Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your North Trail 33 BHDS travel trailer. You guys have picked a cool trailer here. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things taken into consideration: your campsite, your awning, there's plenty of room for that to come out. Off campsite, your slide, leave room for that to come in and out unhindered, and leave yourself a nice walking path over here. Also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Camp water or city water could be toward the front of the trailer on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Then your power is all the way on the rear, back corner here of the driver's side as well. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities when you arrive at the campsite. After you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing you're going to do is level your unit. Now I do recommend on a unit this long, bring your slide in, measure this out, find the middle, put your stick on level. Once you know that's on there, you can have someone watch that. Come to your power tongue jack. You have a night docking light and retract, extend and raise. Have someone watch that till you got your unit level. If you do lose power, you do have a manual override underneath this rubber stopper here, and that is for that hand crank right there. That'll bring that up and down if you don't have power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose over time. Once you've got your unit level, next thing you're going to do is stabilize it. Your unit comes with power stabilizing jacks. Go to your off campsite. For the front, just hit extend. Now as these come down, you'll see sometimes one will come down before the other, sometimes they'll come down together. They have a mind of their own. As I run these down, I'm going to recommend jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris. Hot blacktop in the summer, get a 4-pack of those from our store with your 10% off coupon. Stick them underneath these feet and run them down just until they're taut. Once them are down solid, don't lift it anymore because we've already got our unit level. Come to the back. Now for your rear stabilizing jacks, you're going to have to go over to your campsite. Hit extend back here. I'll just show you those working real quick. I'll run them all the way down. But again, just run these down to their taunt. They're stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. Once you've got your unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Power cord hooks out here on the back. Should you need, at the end of that, 50 amp service, you have a dog bone that will bring you from 50 down to 30. And on the end of that 30, if you need to plug in at home, you can go from 30 to 110 with this adapter as well. Got our power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. Coming to the front of your off campsite is your city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Use this when putting fluid in here or your black tank flush. Hook up your water pressure regulator, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Come right here to your hot water heater and make sure your drain plug's back in. Once that drain plug's back in, you can go ahead and turn on your hose. After your hose has been on for a little while, go inside, open up your water tap, let the air out of the lines. Once water's flowing out through those, then you know you can go ahead and turn on your hot water heater from indoors. Say you're going camping, you're not going to hook up to city water, you're going to go dry docking. Well, in that case, to the left here is your fresh water tank. Now this, you can simply fill it with a hose, no need for a water pressure regulator. Two ways to tell when it's full. There is an overflow valve here, or on the inside where you check the levels of your tanks. Hold your fresh water button down and that'll tell you when this is full. Just remember, when using your potable or fresh water is when you're going to want to use your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water, that's already pressurized. All right, you're all set up to camp. Let me walk you around the unit. Have your big pass-through storage here. Again, your stabilizing jacks, fresh water connection, your hot water heater, fresh water tank, black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. You have an outdoor shower. This is a flue for your furnace. If you run your furnace to clear that, it'll get rather warm. You have two places to dump on this. You have an extra gray tank back here. And then your gray tank and wastewater sewage is going to dump right here. Real quick, on the side of your slides, if you see these, you're wondering what them are for. These actually help your wipers flip back over. Speaking of your wipers, to add longevity to the life of these, you want to keep them pliable. They have a fluid that you can actually spray on these. Highly recommended. The rear of your unit is where your cable will plug in. Again, your power. Rear stabilizing jacks. Spare tire. Your unit's also prepped for a Furion backup camera. It's a device you can purchase from our store that sits on the dash of the tow vehicle, electronically communicating with this, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Right here we have a stand for a bumper stand for a griddle, which brings us around to your party center. In your storage up front is a grill that'll sit on this table. Here's your connect. And there, right there in the back corner there is your quick connect LP. You have lighting out here. Sink, that's going to be your extra gray tank. Your low point drains, talk about those when leaving the campsite. Uh, 110 out here. Come around here to your campsite. Your awning is just about all the way out. I'll run that the rest of the way out when we get inside. You also have outdoor speakers. On this slide is a vent for your microwave. You also have pitch control. If it's raining, you want to run the water off, simply pull down on that, and that'll tilt your awning. Again, your pass-through storage with your grill and your hitch work. Your propane does have a cover, and it is on a regulator. Simply point this toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty-loosey to open. You see the red turn to green, showing the gas is on. It's also prepped for a solar panel. You can plug in a solar panel right there and it'll trickle charge your batteries. And here's your battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. We'll talk about that later when we talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. Well, that about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. So up inside your unit now, right inside the doorway, the first thing I like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone who's camped with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. Over to your right as you come in, at the bottom is your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Looks like you got a ton of 15s in there. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. You have an entryway closet. And you have a few control panels here. Interior lights, exterior lights. Here's your awning in and out. I'm going to show you real quick how far to run that awning out. Don't gotta run it out until you see that flap, that white flap, fall down to 90 degrees. Once that's down to 90 degrees, you can see that black bar. That's as far as you want to run it out. I'll run that back in here for you. Some background music as it's coming in. Shut off the exterior light. Alright, run that in. Down below that you have your slide controls. We'll go through those when we close the unit up. Left of that is your thermostat. Let's go ahead and turn the air on. Snowflake means air. I'm going to shut the air off. I want you to take note that the air shuts off quickly. Now I'm going to turn on your thermostat, or excuse me, your furnace. That'll be under heat here. Your furnace just kicked on. Now I'm going to shut that off. You're going to notice that the furnace fan takes a little bit longer to shut off than the than the AC does. Coming around your unit here, you'd have a 110 here. Individual lighting and accent lighting for your dinette area here. Your table will fold down. Once you fold it down, set it on these lips right here. Put your back cushions on top. That'll give you another sleeping area. Your sofa. Show you quickly how to turn that into a bed. Lift up in the front. Fold down and jackknives. Grab it in the front. Reach it on the top of the back, pull it toward you. You also have a big storage area here. So you can take this bed, after you've jackknifed it, take the cushion that's stored inside here, put it on top of here, and it gives you a great big full-size bed. Step back in, jackknife this back up, and just that quickly, you're back to a sofa. So put it back up underneath there. Here's your television. Find your remote for that real quick. So here's your remote for your Summit TV.
I completely agree.
Shut that off. Your remotes, you have one for your sound system as well. RV Technology sound system. Dual zoned. Sound auxiliary right now. Let's go to FM. The channel that comes in. You shut it off indoors. Have it just outdoors. Or have both. Bluetooth AM auxiliary. Touch it for mute. Hold it to shut it off. Fireplace. Not just for looks anymore. Yeah, I can go through all the pretty colors. But the biggest thing is the heat. Crank the heat up. If it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, instead of using up your gas, use their electricity, turn this heater on, and it'll get toasty in here in no time. You have a 110 on your island. Coming over here, your ever chill fridge. Controls for that are here. Self-explanatory microwave. Your stove does have a fan and a light. The glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. So you do have a panel light here. So we turn this to high, hit your spark, and there's your flames. Same thing in the oven. Turn this to light, which would be this one here, and then hit your spark here. No pilot light anymore. That'll light it, then just set it to the desired temperature. On your island here, down on the bottom, is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Now, the reason I mention that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, if you're dry docking, nothing plugged in, charging your battery, use that battery disconnect to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. I'll cover everything in here. Let's go back to your bunk area. See, this is prep for a TV back here. Cable 110 there. Not much more to talk about. You do have a lot of individual lighting. You can shut off your top lighting there. You do have a hand crank open vent here. You shut off these individual lights. As you know, these will fold down to a bed, and then this will also come down. Just remove these. When you are leaving, make sure that this door is secured back. Coming into your half bath back here, you have another 110 here. Hand crank open exhaust vent. Coming back to the main bathroom. Just want to mention in here is where your 110 with GFCI resets at. Here's where we'll check some tanks. There's your brand new battery. There's the freshwater button I said to hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Your black and gray tanks. There's a water heater. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked up to gas. Here's where you turn it on if hooked up to electric. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using potable water. Also in here I have a hand crank open exhaust vent. And just a hand crank open vent up here in the bedroom. Also in your bedroom, another door to make sure it's secure for travel. You have a little bit of storage up underneath here. And all your lights up here individual as well. It's prep for a TV back here. There's a cable 110 there. Well, it covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite. The main thing I like to do is go through and shut off all the lights. Just wanted to show you real quick. Back in this half bath, it does have its own black and gray tank. So I like to start in the back, make sure things are secure, go through and shut off main lighting. Come back out here, shut off your main interior lighting, then you can see all the individual lighting. You need to go through and shut off. Then come back to your main, turn it back on so you can see in here. We're going to start bringing slides in. Doors and drawers. That's my phrase. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. You see how close this is here? If that's out just a little bit, you're going to rip your doors off. So make sure all doors and drawers are closed, top and bottom. Things are secure. Slide in. Looks like first one to the left is going to be your kitchen slide. That one's in. You see all doors and drawers because everything, they utilize every inch on these things. Before doing this second one, I'm going to go down to this third one so I can watch the bedroom one come in. You may want to start on the right and bring in your bedroom first. That way you can see that come in nice. And lastly, our living room slide. Again, you see the importance of having all doors and drawers closed. TV secure. So slides are all in. Shut off our main power. And exit the unit. As you come out of the unit, you want to make sure this door is all the way open. Otherwise, this will catch on it when you bring it up. Set that inside here. Lock back your door. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn your handle. The door is secure for travel. Unhook our cable and water. Once you know your water is unhooked, you come to this low point drains. We're going to open them up. We're going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. We'll head up to the front and retract those real quick. I'm going to run back up rather quickly. You're going to open up these low point drains. That's going to be your fresh water on the left, the other cities on the right. Get our stabilizing jacks up. Head to our hot water heater. Open up your hot water heater. You're going to open up this pressure release valve. That's going to let all that water out. Careful, it's going to be hot water. Once that's empty, snap that back down or your door won't close, and then pull your main drain plug. Hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. So at the dump station, you take the sewage hose, comes to your convenience pack. You can't get bigger, longer, stronger ones because you have two different dump areas. You can get a big Y and connect them together. If not, we'll start up here on this front gray, black and gray tank. It says gray tank number 2, but you have a black and gray here. This is for your main bathroom. First one we're going to pull is that left handle. That left handle is going to be your black tanks. After it sounds like that's no longer draining, you're going to hook up a hose here to your black tank flush. Again with your water pressure regulator. Leave that black handle open. Run that hose for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Unhook your hose. Close your left handle, pull your right handle. That's going to be your gray tank. Clean the waters, your sinks and your showers. If you do stay with the one hose, unhook that, come back here to gray tank number 1, sewage and outlet. Hook that up, pull our black handle. After you pull that for a while, sounds like it's no longer draining. This is for our half bath. You're going to leave that black handle open. You're going to come around to our camp side, and here's a black tank flush for that. Hook that up again, run hose through there, let that black tank flush work, get all that nastiness out of your black tank. Unhook that hose, close your black handle, and pull your gray handle. That's going to be your cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. Come right here to your bumper, and conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose in your bumper. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. We hope you enjoy this North Trail for many years to come. Happy camping.